Only one nation has featured in all the editions of the mega event. There is always big excitement when the World Cup comes around every 4 years. Club rivalries are put aside while conversation during the period are influenced by World Cup matches. The FIFA World Cup is every country and players deemed as it is a big sporting event on the planet. It is a thing of massive pride to represent their country on the biggest stage of world football. The FIFA World Cup takes place once every 4 years and the teams spend their intervening years participating in qualifying matches and continental tournaments. There have been 21 editions of the World Cup so far, with Qatar 2022 set to be the next. The World Cup takes place every summer, but Qatar 2022 will be the first to take place during winter due to Qatar's intense summer heat. On that note, let's take a look at the teams with most appearances in the FIFA World Cup. 10. Uruguay 14. The team has won the FIFA World Cup twice, including the first World Cup in 1930 as a host, defeating Argentina by 4-2 in the final. Their second title came in 1950, upsetting host Brazil by 2-1 in the final match. The Uruguayan team is commonly referred as La Celeste. They are one of the most successful football teams in South America. 9. Belgium 14. Belgium is the only national team in the world to top the FIFA ranking. Without having won the World Cup or a continental trophy, they failed to progress past the first round of their first participation. In 1954, they drew with England by 4-4 after extra time, and in 1970, they won their first World Cup match against El Salvador by 3-0. From 1982 until 2002, Belgium qualified for 6 successive World Cup, and in this, they advanced beyond the first round 5 times. In Mexico, in 1986, the Belgium team achieved their then best ever World Cup run at the time. In the 2018 World Cup, Belgium came third when they lost to France by 0-1 in the semi-finals. 8. England 16. England is one of the 8 nations to have won the World Cup. It won the 1966 edition, a tournament it also hosted. England finished 4th in both 1990 and 2018. The England football team is the joint eldest in the world. It was formed at the same time as Scotland. The Three Lions failed to qualify for the World Cup in 1974, 78 and 1994. 7. France 16. France is colloquially known as Les Bellas. They are the reigning world champions, having won the most recent World Cup final in 2018. France was one of the 4 European teams that participated in the inaugural World Cup in 1930. The France team won their first title in 1998. The tournament was played on home soil and France defeated Brazil by 3-0 in the final. They are considered as one of the favorites of FIFA World Cup 2022 as well. 6. Spain 16. After featuring in just 4 World Cups between 1930 and 1977, Spain has gone on to play in 11 consecutive tournaments since 1978. La Rosa won 2010 edition when their golden generation thrived between 2006 and 2012 and won back-to-back UEFA Euro titles in 2008 and 2012. Between 2008 and 2012, the team played a style of football dubbed tiki-taka, a systematic approach to football founded upon the idea of team unity and a comprehensive understanding of the geometry of space in a football field. Spain achieved 35 consecutive undefeated matches, a feat which they share with Brazil and sport record at the time. 5. Mexico 17. El Tri has made 17 appearances at the World Cup, the most of any country from the CONCACAF region. They played France in the first ever FIFA World Cup came in 1930 and Uruguay, also one of only 6 teams to qualify for every edition of the World Cup since 1994. Mexico missed out on a place in the World Cup in 1934, 38, 74, 82 and 1990. Their best performance came on home soil in 1970 and 1986 when they reached in the quarterfinals. The Mexico national team along with Brazil are the only 2 nations to make it out of the group stage in the last 7 editions. 4. Italy 18. Italy is one of the most successful national teams in the history of football and the World Cup, having won 4 titles 1934, 38, 82 and 2006. However, the defending Euro champion have not been able to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. They were defeated at home by Minos, North Macedonia in the playoff semi-finals, ending their hopes of traveling to Qatar. 3. Argentina 18. Argentina is a two-time World Cup champion and has featured in 12 successive editions since 1974. The Albicelestes reached the World Cup final in its inaugural edition in 1930 before losing to Uruguay. They lost to Germany in the final in 2014. The closest they have come to lifting the trophy in recent years. They only failed to qualify for the competition in 1938, 1950, 54 and 1970. 2. Germany 20. Germany became champions in 2014 and is second on this list. Die Mannschaft, who played their maiden World Cup in 1934, won the first of their 4 titles in 1954. Germany finished champion in 2014 and secured their third place in the 2010 edition. They have been one of the most consistent sides in the history of competition. They also hold the record for most semi-final appearances in the history of competition with 13. 1. Brazil 22. The Seleção is the most successful team in FIFA World Cup history. Brazil, with 5 World Cup titles, has made the most consecutive appearances in the World Cup. Since the inaugural edition in 1930, the Seleção have played in all 21 editions of the tournament, with their most recent triumph coming in 2002. They lifted the World Cup in 1958, 62, 70, 94 and 2002. Brazil's national team remains the only one to win the FIFA World Cup in 4